Hello, this is Kelgoth, and I am playing some Forge Quest mode. And I played a Quest mode on my phone a few years ago, had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to try it out here on the desktop version. And it's going to be similar to a adventure mode where I get to basically build up a deck as I'm basically getting unlocking new cards and whatnot. I'm going to start off with a random pool of cards, have to build a deck, compete against opponents, and then go to a store, buy cards and whatnot. So it's going to be similar, just without the graphical nature of it. And so we're going to start a new one here. We're going to use the commander sub format. It's just kind of changed the pace a little bit. There are some restrictions that'll come through it. The big thing about the commander sub format versus paper, well, a couple big things. First off, they're 1v1, so it's going to be way different because it's going to be a single 10 format with 100 cards, and I'll have the guaranteed commander card in a 1v1 style. So it's not going to translate directly from like what you would expect commander to be. Also, there's not going to be any of the politicking or any of that kind of thing. So we're going to do that. We're just going to do the commander sub format, see how it goes. And so we're going to create this Kelgoth Quest LP1. And so we're creating, and so we're going to build a new deck. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to see what legendary creatures it gave me, because I got a random assortment. So I got Vincent Valentine. So also the thing is I'm going to have to, it's going to be hard to build a monocolor deck just because of the card selection it gives me. But we'll see what it gives, what we get here. So Vincent Valentine, this is a fun card, by the way. I had this card in my pre-release. Whenever a creature an opponent control dies, put a +1/+1 equal to that creature's power, and then whenever it attacks me, transform it. And on the backside, it's got trample, lifelink, and when it dies, you return to the battlefield tapped, which is nice. Then there's Alara, Rogue Companion. This, I think, is an alchemy card. Yep. So we're going to ignore that one. Tobias Andrion. It's just a 4/4 for 5. Okay. Kind of bad. Then we got an Assassin's Creed one that I'm not even going to attempt to say that name. But this is a 3-color commander, so that does open us up to additional options. As long as he hasn't dealt damage yet, he has hexproof and can't be blocked. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace. When you do, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach it to that token. Okay, interesting. Danitha, Capuchin, Paragon. Okay, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, aura, and equipment spells cost 1 less. That can be fun. Jared of the Closed Fist, just 6/5 for 6 with no text. Tetsuya Umizawa, fugitive. Creatures you control with toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. What's it? It said toughness, power or toughness. Okay. Rivers of the Claw. This is a dragon commander. Kataraki Wars Mage. All artifacts at the beginning of their upkeep sacrifices artifact unless you pay 1. Okay, this is kind of a kind of like prison commander. Mari of the Killing Quill. Whenever a creature hits an opponent, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile with a hit counter on it. And then assassins, mercenaries, rogues you control have death touch, and whenever this deals damage to a player, you may remove a hit counter from that card. Player owns an exile. If you do, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. Okay. Tormod the Desecrator. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token as partner. And then that's a planeswalker, so we can't use that. This is pretty much, or we can, what do we have for dragons? So let me just, dragon. We have 3 dragons, one of which is not in this correct color. What do we have for, like, we had some pretty good mono black stuff. Maybe we can make mono black work. So if we go here and my commander, I can make, let's make Vincent Valentine our commander. Set as commander. And then let's see if we can make Mortuary Mire. We know that card. Bojuka Bog, we know that card. This has cycling on it, sure. And then let's look specifically at creatures right now. This might be the case of like we just put all the creatures in until we get more. And then we also want to look at like removal, because we're going to be we're gonna, like, a commander really benefits from removal. So Phyrexian Denouncer. It's a 1/1 for 2 that we can sacrifice it, and target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Not very good. Spineless Thug. It's a 2/2 for 2 that can't block. Grat Rats. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you both own and control Graft Rats and a creature named Midnight Scavengers, exile them and meld them into the Chittering Host. I don't think we have that other, what's it called? Midnight Scavengers? No. Swarmer Rats. Power equal to the number of rats you control. Well, so far that we've had 2 rats, 3 rats now. If there are if no cards are in that graveyard, flip them. And then this is hard to read. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Okay. Has death touch as long as you control another rogue. What's our commander? He's an assassin. Enters the battlefield tapped. Skulk, Death Touch. Phyrexian Rager, enters the battlefield, draw a card, lose a life. This is a 1/1 that can be pumped. When it comes into play from your hand, you lose 3 life. It's a 3/3 that makes you lose 3 life. Bloodthirsty Alias, whenever gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on them. Okay. Then we know her, which she works with our commander then, because our commander is an assassin. So this is some synergy. Anyways. So this is a 3/1 that can't block that gets +2/+2 whenever a land comes in. Enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Remove a counter from it. It deals 1 damage to each other creature and each player. Okay. Brain Weevil intimidates. Sacrifices. Target player discards 2 cards. Okay. When a clattering skeleton dies, venture in the dungeon. Okay. When this enters the battlefield, take the initiative at the beginning of your end step. If you have the initiative, put a +1 counter on it. Okay. This is a 3/3 with Swamp Walk. Gravedigger. When this enters the battlefield, remember target creature card from graveyard to your hand. Sure. 2 Gravebane Zombies. So we can only use one of these. We'll use the Mirrodin one. If Gravebane Zombie is put in the graveyard and play, put it on top of the owner's library. Okay. Oops. Okay. Treacherous Vampire. Can I, like, sell this? No. Treacherous Vampire. When it attacks your box, Sacrifice it unless you remove the card from your graveyard in the game. It gets plus when it. This thing is terrible because whenever it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it unless you remove a card from your graveyard from the game. So exile a card from your graveyard. But then it also has threshold, and it gets +2/+2, and has when this vampire is put in the graveyard from play, you lose 6 life. Man, I don't want to play that one. Hollow Dogs, it's a 3/3 for 5 that whenever it attacks, it gets +2/+0. Dreadbringer, whenever Dreadbringer Lampabs or another enchantment controls enters, targeted creature gains Intimidate until end of turn. Don't know why I don't have art on that one. And at the beginning of combat turn, choose an opponent. Creatures attacking the last chosen player has Menace. Okay. So that's creatures. How many cards? We're at 28 cards. So let's look at. So there's only one. When this enters, look at the top 40 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, and the rest in your graveyard, you lose 2 life. Okay, that's alright. It's kind of expensive for 5 mana. But you can also collect evidence through each opponent loses 3 life unless they draw a card or sacrifice a creature. Okay. Okay, that's for artifacts. And then enchantments. Just 2 cards from your hand, put a 2/2 zombie creature token into play. And not very like this is good if you have ways to get that stuff back. Call the Bloodline. Discard a card, create a 1/1 black vampire knight creature token with lifelink. Activate it once each turn. Mega Therapy. This has flash basically, and creature gets +2/-2. That's kind of removal. Liliana the Last Hope. We'll play her because we just don't have much going on, and Planeswalkers are alright. Up to 1 target creature gets -2/-1 until your next turn. Mill 2 cards, and you may return a creature card from graveyard to your hand, and then you get an emblem. At the beginning of your end step, create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control. Okay. Instant. Disembowel. Yeah. Murder. Destroy target creature. Yeah. And then Ego Drain. Target player loses 2 life and gain 2 life. Create 2 bloods. Sure. Sacrifice, you gain life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness. Destroy target creature and opponent controls. Sure. Damnation. Destroy all creatures. Can't be regenerated. Hell yeah. And then destroy target creature or planeswalker. Create 2 bloods. Alright. And now let's look at colorless. We don't need any of these. Wayfarer Baubles. This is a land ramp. So we'll put that in. We can Underworld Cookbook. Okay, so let's add lands really quick. So we have 3 lands. Add basic lands. We have to choose which lands we got. Dominaria United. Where are you at? This Dominaria Remastered. Dominaria United. And then there we go. And then we want 3 plus maybe give us like 36. Okay. And then these beautiful swamps. Okay. So we okay, let's just not even care. Add these 26 cards to deck. And then we'll just add those. So I don't know what artifacts we just added. We will look at them when we start playing, basically. And then we're going to start refining the deck. So this is going to be Vincent. And we'll hit save. Yes. All right. So now we go back. Click home here. And then we go duels. So we can go to the spell shop. We have 250 credits. Let's look at the spell shop first. This is our cards. This is cards for sale. So you can see that there is a bunch of like, these are decks, starter decks, boosters, boxes, fat packs, that we can all, these are pre-built decks. So these are, but here is the cost of these, right? Very, very expensive. And we only have 250. What we're going to look at, and we don't care about decks, is basically, okay, this is how many we've owned. Okay, so this is, we can get Exotic Orchard, Go Lake Irrigate, Shari Terrace, Ivory Cup. Whenever a plays a black spell, you may pay one. If you do, target player loses a life. That's interesting. It only costs 6. Arachno Signet. Drothi Warlord has Shadow. Gnawing Zombies. Grim Discovery. Plague White. Feeblement. So we're basically looking here at colorless and black cards. And we're Grape Shot. Looking to see if there's anything. This is Pestilence. It's very interesting. I'm wondering about Pestilence, and let's go look at Vincent. Vincent Valentine is a 2/2. And so Pestilence plus Vincent is actually kind of fun, because what I end up doing is kill a bunch of creatures. They get dealt damage. And then Vincent gets +1/+1 counters equal to the number of things that just died. Their power. And then I can Pestilence, and just buff Vincent up. And he'll never die, because he'll keep getting more and more power. Yeah, I like Pestilence. Let's buy Pestilence. Buy card. Whenever another ally. No, we don't need allies. Okay. I also kind of like this Smolder Initiate. So we're going to buy that card too. And then we're going to go back to the quest deck editor. And we're going to go add the Pestilence and add the Smoldering Initiate. And then we have, we're gonna go take out some like expensive mana wise. We'll take this one out. This one's confusing. Erase the scoreboard. Start your engines with the artifact enter. Draw 2 cards and discard card. Spells you cut. No, sure. Put a target creature you control on cold storage. Sacrifice cold storage. Put all creature cards on cold storage into play. All right. This is like board wipe protection, but it's really expensive. Oh, we got a chromatic lantern. That's good. All right. Now, now we'll save this. Save as. Vincent. Save. Okay, now we go back to home. And then we got 4 different options here. Three easy opponents and a random opponent. Random opponent is basically like we don't get to choose. So we will hit start. Oh, should start having more than 99. Oh, so I gotta go back. I guess the quest deck editor. Um, we'll remove this Hearthstone. I guess the yeah, main deck plus commander is 100 cards. I didn't realize this wasn't counting the commander. Oh, this is different now. Does that mean the spell shop is different? No. I don't know how often that changes. Okay, we're gonna do the Raven Man. Start. I have won the coin toss. Would I like to play or draw? I would like to be on the play. Okay, so this is a way different layout than I was expecting. So I got, where is my commander? We'll keep this. So there's log dependencies. Where is my commander? There's my commander. Okay. So I'll play Swamp and then end turn. And then they play a Swamp. I drew a Swamp. How much does my commander cost? He's 3? 4. Okay. And then end turn. You tap 2 for the Raven Man. The Raven Man is a 2/1 at the beginning each end step. If a player discarded a card this turn, create a 1/1 black bird creature token with a can't block, and then he can force me to block things. Okay. So ego drain. Okay, so ego drain's not very good. Target avails. Choose a non-land card. Discards the card. If you don't control a fairy, exile a card from your hand. We're gonna play this Phyrexian Rager for 3. So I got Phyrexian Rager out. This is so different than what the battlefield looks like in adventure mode. So I got the Phyrexian Rager out. It's gonna draw me a card, and I will lose a life. So I got this Polygraph Orb, and it is a profitable blocker for Ravenman. He's going to destroy it. Its controller loses 2 life. If you weren't the starting player, this costs 1 less. Gross. Stupid alchemy cards. And then it attacks me in for 2. Okay, I'm just gonna play my commander. So my commander is here. So I got Vincent Valentine out. Then I can like murder his commander, and it is based off of power, so he'll get 2 toughness. He created a zombie token with Decayed. I won't block. And then because that... Okay, so he's playing that. And he did the +1. Whenever an opponent attacks you and or plays record, they discard a card. They can't. They sacrifice an attacking creature. Okay. So Vincent Valentine is, because of the Decayed trigger, got the counters, so it's a 4/4. So if I attack here, and then I want to go to combat, because I got the triggers off of it. I'm gonna kill the, and then I think I'm gonna get rid of Ego Drain. What is the transform? Trample Lifelink? I don't need to transform it. And get rid of Ego Drain. No. And then I got rid of the Planeswalker. Undiscovered Paradise. So add one of any color to your mana pool. At the beginning of your next untap phase, return it to its owner's hand. It's playing Markov Crusader. Has haste as long as you control another vampire. Okay. I have 5 mana. I can do this. So look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of them in your hand. The rest into your graveyard. Okay. When this enters, create a 1/1 color spirit token. Whenever it talks to +2/+0. Graph Rats. So I guess I want the land and the Hollow Dogs, I guess. I'll play the land. And I will attack in. And I think I will transform him now. Yes. 7/6 Trample Lifelink. And he's going to have a hard time beating that. Yawgmoth's Agenda. You play more than one spell each turn. You may play cards from your graveyard or in your hand, and then exile it. Oh, okay. So at the beginning of your end step, so I'll have the initiative, and then I will venture into the dungeon, into the Undercity. I start with, it's down here on the right, secret entrance. Search your library for a basic land card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Okay. So here's a basic land, put it in my hand. I will play it. I have 3 more mana available. I'll play Looming Shade. Go to combat. Swing in. And then my Passageway Seer is a 3/3. So he's doing that thing where but he's going to return to the battlefield tapped. No. Because I want him to enter the battlefield tapped. So he's back. So I still have the initiative, so I'm going to go to the next one. Put 2 +1s onto Vincent. 1, 2, 3, for... I could just pestilence this thing down. Right, we'll do this. And then yeah, we'll switch. I'm gonna make sure I have a stop at my main 2 because it just skipped past my main 2. Okay, enchanted creature has poisonous 3. Okay. Target player loses 5 life. Okay. So I choose you. Maggot therapy. Okay, so you have 3 damage on it? Isn't... What is happening here? Waiting for opponent. Hmm. Oh, I can... Oh. I can move these around. I see. Okay. What are we waiting on, though? Hello? Game? Oh. So here it is. Okay, so I won. Should I just close it now? Um, well, I won, but because I closed it, I guess. Hmm, interesting. New challenge will be available at 20 wins. Tournaments. There's an Aether Drip tournament. My preferences. So, that's weird. I kind of glitched out right at the end there, so I didn't get any rewards or anything. I'm not sure what that's about. I guess I will look into it next time. I will probably, yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on there. This might not work if I'm not able to actually beat games. So like get rewards because I did get a win there. But this didn't update. Hmm. All right. Well, that's that for now. Thank you for checking this out, and I'm going to continue to play a little bit more and kind of explore this a little bit. This might change here because I'm going to look around on like how to try to get my win there, but it's potential. I just, since I X'd it out, we are done, and that's it with that particular one. And we may have just glitched out and lost our first, like, lost our first game. Not like, yeah, but we'll see, and we'll continue on and see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.